All right, I think we are live. Hello, hello, everybody. Happy Saturday evening to you and Sunday morning if you're on the other side of the planet. Good to see you. Good to see you. And before we get starting into everything, let's start by raising our love vibration so that we can be all ready for the messages that will come through. And a great way to raise our love vibration right away is to focus on gratitude. So, what we'll do is we'll start off taking a big deep breath. And as you're holding your breath for a moment, think of something that you're sincerely grateful for right here, right now, in this moment. And then thank the Creator. And then, of course, exhale at your convenience. Don't hold your breath and pass out. So, we'll start there and then we'll bring in the singing bowl. So, here we go. Big breath in and gratitude. Beautiful. And then as we hit the singing ball, hit it 3 times, and each time just imagine like a spark happening in your heart, and that's the spark of the, eternal unconditional love energy that is who we are. It's in our heart, and it just moves out into your feelings, into your physical body, into your thoughts, into your energy, just into your life, and then it flows out to the world, but we get filled up first, and then it flows out to the world. Let it do whatever it wants to do out there in the beautiful energies to help raise the love vibration of the planet and the collective. So here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. She's singing up a storm tonight. So put that back here. All right. So hello, hello, everybody. Good to see everyone. Hope you're enjoying your happy solstice day. So many, many blessings to you all. And if you haven't checked them out yet, we do have some solstice readings for each of the elements, the air signs, fire signs, etc. And there's the link for that. And then we had the 2025 energy forecast for each individual zodiac sign also come out yesterday. And there's the link to the playlist for that. So be sure to check those out for some extra messages. And welcome, welcome, everybody. So shout out to some of my YouTube channel members. We've got, hey, I am Shailene. Hello, hello. And Johanna. Hello, hello. Good to see you all. And welcome, everybody. So glad to have you here. And quickly, if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. Very simple. We do there's no special list. The chat is it. You just put your question out there. I go down in order, first come, first serve for those. And if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading. And then free readings, we pull 1 to 2 cards and we'll see what spirit has for you. And if anyone makes a donation, I do prioritize those, step out of the readings and dive deeper, meaning I pull more cards for those two. Um, and then I return back to the free readings. You can make a donation by using the super chat at the bottom or in the description box of the video. We do have the Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. And I don't have set dollar amounts. Excuse me, because I know everyone's finances vary from person to person. The cost of living is so different wherever we live, even in the United States, from city to city. So whatever you give from your heart is the perfect amount. And then after that, my YouTube channel members, which you'll see their names in green with little badges, they get second priority for their free readings as part of their monthly membership. And then I go into the free readings. So that is what we'll do. I am going to be using the Naked Heart Tarot tonight. I used it last weekend and I just really love it. So we're continuing to use it. It's by Jillian Wild, if you can read that little out of focus there. But I love the artistry that comes in. So I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I think so. If you're interested in becoming one of my YouTube channel members, we do have a link down below. My Zen Cricket's $2.99 a month. My Praying Mantis is $7.99 a month. And in addition to getting priority, and I always make sure I complete my donations and my YouTube channel members on Fridays and Saturdays. Sometimes I don't get to all the free readings. And then Sunday's different. I do that for everyone. Once I finish my Praying Mantis session, that's afterwards, I come back on later in the day and finish out all of them. Also, there's special sessions during the week for both of my Praying Mantis, I'm sorry, Zen Cricket and Praying Mantis levels. On Wednesdays, we have a couple hours at least. And then Thursdays, there's a special session for Praying Mantis. And then Friday and Saturday nights after these sessions, and Sunday after that session, we also have at least an hour or so together. So if you're interested, there's a link down below. And they also get advanced access to all of the videos that we put out. And there's going to be quite a few coming up in 2025. If you check out my main page at the top, it says new for 2025, and they get advanced access to all those. We have weekly Zen Bites coming up and videos for the sun moving into its new zodiac sign and the new moon and full moon for each month. A quest video, which we talk about in the 2025 forecast in the beginning. I kind of talk about all those things. There's something that's Zen gates. Like January 1st, it's portals 11223344. So sorry. So there's a lot of stuff coming up, and you get advanced access to all those things too. All right, so let's jump in. Oh, I love that. I love that my YouTube channel members, they do get a little banner. I think it's once a month you get to have one of those. So I love it. Bright green and red. It's all those Christmas colors. All right, so Johanna, happy solstice and hello to you too. I want to know, how did MK actually feel about you saying that thing you said? All right. Let's take a look here. How did MK really actually feel about what you said? Okay. So let's take a look here. All right. Hey, Johanna. So, we got the Ace of Cups here. So, there was some emotion that was stirred with the Ace of Cups, right? And the um, Queen of Wands here, the Heart of Wands, also brings in some fiery energy. It's the Aries symbol on the card itself, and so it did spur some emotion and some passion, kind of energy that just kind of bubbled up within them there. And I, you know, the Heart of Wands is bringing in this energy too of, that, of course, you can't control what other people feel, think, do, whatever, and they, of course, see their entire world through their own eyes, and so we can't even, guarantee that they heard what you said, how you said it, and definitely not how you meant to say it. And that's the whole thing when it leaves it leaves our mind to go to our tongue, but in between there's this filter, and it comes out here in a different way than we think it is, and then it goes across the room and it enters their filter, and then it goes into their brain. So there's like a couple filters in between what we think we're saying and what we think they're hearing, and it's never really um that, and so we just kind of pay attention to people's responses, and if they give us body language and responses and tone that we're like, "Why would they respond that way?" Then we can clarify. That's the great thing about, communicating is that we can communicate, we can ask questions. We can go, "So when I said that, this is what I meant," kinda like, "da da da da," and do that, and then they're like, "Oh," or they're like, "I know," and you're like, "Well, mm, I might just be misreading this, but it seems like it upset you," or, if it's something that's, not that we're afraid that they took it the wrong way. If it's we're hoping they took it a different way, we can always ask too and not wonder, right? So when we say something, da 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 da, and they don't say anything or they hold it to themselves, you can go, "So, do you mind me asking, how did that make you feel?" And it's like, "Oh, but humans were afraid to communicate, especially when we're afraid we're going to get an answer that we don't like." But it seems here um, that there's Um, nothing too extraordinary there. That's scary, right? So it seems like it spawned some passion, it spawned some emotion. So if it was something flirty and whatever, it was well received. Um, yeah, yeah. So, you know, but it does feel like it was well received with those 2 cards, if that's what it was, which that seems like what it was, something flirty, and it wasn't something like, "Whoops, I didn't mean to say something, and I think I pissed him off." But I don't feel like that kind of energy that's there. So, yeah, so that's what, came in there. So that is what they have there for you. Yeah, it was well received, and you know, Ace of Cups is a happy, happy, happy feeling, so yeah, so nothing to worry about there. And I do see you asked a second question. For my free readings, I just do one per session on those. So I can save it for the Praying Mantis session after this, and we'll dive into your elixirness. I just want to make sure it's like a I don't know if you have potlucks in your country. I'm sure potlucks are international, but it's like everyone gets to go through the line once before people can go back for seconds. But a bunch. Okay. And then I am Shailene. I would love a love reading. So let us dive into that. And then if I don't have any others, we'll jump at the top. Oh, no problem. I know in Praying Mantis sessions and all our YouTube member sessions, it's unlimited questions. It's everyone can ask as many. So, you know, uh, I understand that for sure. It's like, oh yeah, we're in the public room. It's too funny. All right, so Shailene, let's take a look here. What does spirit want you to know right now around love, love, love? So, all right. So, what we have here, we've got this High Priestess card coming in here with the Page of Swords, which is a combination of, High Priestess is like hermity kind of energy, which I know, but this is important to do this piece because they're talking about stepping out of the chaos. The high priestess goes into her high priestess temple, connects higher to the higher realms to be able to see things more clearly, looks behind the veil, dives deep into their own emotions. And this Innocence of Swords, the Ace of Swords, is all about higher clarity, getting uh, kind of transforming some small t truths that are rooted in fears that we have around love. You know, the supposed to be's, the should be's, the need to be's, the have to be's, the must be's. And it's good in that because if we continue to do what we always do, we get what we always got. And especially since we're given so many lower vibrational roles, supposed to be, should be's, need to be's, have to be's around what a relationship should be, who they're supposed to be, who I'm supposed to be, blah, blah, blah. Sucks the life out of relationships. And when we have this freedom, when we release ourselves from all those roles and we are able to see things from a higher perspective and we pursue our inner love, which is what controls our ability to give and receive love to humans, because we can't give more love or receive more love than we have for ourselves. So part of that is expanding our self-love, our self-worth, which gives us the ability to receive so much more love, give so much more love. And so it's an important piece of all that because then it raises our love vibration, which draws in things that match that vibration instead of the old, supposed to be, should be, need to be kind of energy that comes in there. So it is a little bit of time of stepping away, questioning those thoughts and beliefs, releasing ourselves from it, and pretty much getting to the point where we're like, all right, creator, I trust that you're going to bring the perfect person in the perfect way, in the perfect manner, perfect timing. And I'm going to live, my love. And then that's what's going to, um, allow me to bump into them because you're living your love, not making your life about finding love. And there's a fine line in between that. Living your love, living your passion, doing the things you love, bumping into people who are also doing the things they love. And then a relationship organically grows versus trying to fill a position in your life that you're taking resumes and applications for, doing interviewing, doing background checks. There's a difference in the energy. One feels so restrictive and like work. The other feels like an adventure, and that's what they're having you kind of step back to free yourself from some of those energies. All right. So that is what they have for you, my dear, right now. For love, I know. But that just means they're preparing you for a love to come your way. But your soul is not wanting repeat performances of the past. That's why they're having you kind of take some time to really raise that love vibration so you have something totally different than you've ever had before. So I like that for you. All right. So that is what they have, my dear. Many blessings to you. Oh, thank you so much, Johanna. Is that the donation for number two? And Misty L, hello, hello. Oh no. Your eyes is closed. All right. So let's give that a love and a like there, Johanna. And so was that for your number two question? For your Hawthorne elixir. Okay. Yes. Okay. Didn't turn out as well as you hoped. What does spirit say about it? Okay. Let's take a look here and see. So let's dive a little deeper here. Okay. So it's like out of order. You got two cards, then three cards, then one card. So it's I don't know why they're showing me. Oh, Harry Potter. Harry Potter when they were doing some potion and people weren't doing it in the right order, but when you did it in the right order, then it worked. So I feel like there's maybe something that wasn't in the exact order that comes in here. Poof. But the bottom of the deck, you have the Five of Cups, which is transformation of emotion. So, I feel like, spirit, they don't have like a should be, a need to be, a have to be. So their opinion about how it turned out, they don't have like an opinion. But if you're asking them advice, they're like, the 5 of cups is kinda turn the front upside down, you hope it's safe. You're like, yeah, be careful with it. Try it in small bits first, don't go all in, right? But, about, be gentle with yourself, allow yourself, opportunity to experiment and try things, usually when we try something, turmeric, very good, that you can, not you're not an expert on the first try, is what they mean. So what else we have here too? Yeah. And this kind of just um, reinforces that. 3 of Cups, joy, 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 and the 7 of Swords, getting out of your head around the thoughts and the beliefs and the restrictive kind of thoughts you have about yourself with all this, and go, you know what, I'm going to choose to be grateful that I did this, and it didn't explode. So that's good. We're on a good track, right? Focus on the positives and not on the being critical of yourself, is what I feel like that combination of all those cards. 5 of Cups was your underlying energy. These other two are your first two. Yeah. And we have here, keep trying, keep trying. You do have the 9 of Cups, the Movement or Knight of Swords, and the Movement or Knight of Wands. So there is this movement, taking steps, moving forward, um, learning, growing through all of this. And it's the dream come true. They're like, um, being able to work with herbs and do that is like a dream, and so enjoy the process of learning and growing through it all too, right? There's no plans to harvest right now. But, but it's not just about this specific elixir, but it's about enjoy the process, because you're gonna be trying other things and, um, creating other things, and it's like, "Okay, I'm going to, enjoy the journey along the way of learning and growing, and excitement that I just get to do it, right?" So I like that. And then your final card, yeah, 6 of Cups. I don't know if we've talked about this. I think we have. Like, you've got past life herbal information that's just going to instinctively come up because you're accessing past life information from, you were must have been an herbal witch somewhere. But you definitely have a lot of connection. That's where a lot of your desire comes from, because it's something that you've done quite a bit in past lives too. And yeah, exactly. That's why you have this instinct of going, I feel like this would go good together, and I'm going to try that. And so it's really, um you know, very instinctual, very natural for you to do herbal mixes and do all that, because you probably were a pharmacist, back in the days where they were all herbal and Chinese medicine. And, you know, um, there's like Supernova that's in here a lot. Her lifetimes are just threaded with music. And I feel like yours is in that way, threaded with herbs and herbal medicine and Chinese medicine, and that kind of root medicine, and that's why it's such an interest to you. So it's pretty cool. And so just trust that and connect to that. So that's really, I like that. All right. So that is what they have for that, right there, Johanna. So thank you for your donation. I'm excited. I know you told me hawthorn's good for blood pressure, right? So I still have that written down and to look into. Yes, try it, do it. I just have to make sure it doesn't interfere with and many other things. Yeah, with um, with all that. I'm just going to write it down over here just to make sure. I know I have it written down somewhere, but you never know if it gets thrown away in a piece of paper or something. But we'll do that. We'll look and see what they have. It's funny, I had a fortune cookie, which I did not eat, trying to avoid sugar, but it says, be concerned and not obsessed with your health. So I'll put that right by that. Too funny. All right. Yeah. Check interactions. We don't want me to pass out or be counteracting stuff, right? All right. So thank you so much, Johanna. All right. Misty L, you are up. So thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like there. Hello, hello. Happy holidays to you too. I saw your greeting. So your question is, what does Spirit want you to know about your relationship with Michael? All right, let's take a look here. All right, let's see what's going on here. Relationship with Michael. Okay, they do want those. Whoa, that was loud. And that one. What else? Okay, they want that one up front. I thought there was another card. I think it's this one right here. Right there. Okay. Anything else? All right. And that too. Okay. But those go here. All right. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. So let me just take a quick sip here. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Innocence of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, which does talk about news. You know, pages are the hear ye of the way back in the knights and royalty castle kind of era, right? So this does talk about there's some news coming in the outside world. This also is about new opportunities opening up, but I just feel like you're going to get some news about your relationship coming up. You're like, oh, well, we'll see what it is. We'll dive in here. Is it good news, bad news? Tell me, come on, hurry. All right. So the first card that came out was the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is about perseverance. It is about what might have felt like something holding back progress in whatever felt like a forest field, like you could only go to a certain place in the relationship. And it's kind of like at a job when you feel like you hit a glass ceiling and you're trying to break through the glass ceiling. This is that kind of energy that's here. And I see that the what's kind of holding things back a little bit is the Devil card and the Seven of Swords. Both of these have to do with thinking and mindset and beliefs. And the Devil card is Saturn, Capricorn energy that comes in and shakes and rattles our cage of long held beliefs of, you know, what a relationship is supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be, and who they're supposed to be, who I'm supposed to be. And when we do that, the Seven of Swords is like the deceiving thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that deceive ourselves. And that is what holds things back, because, you know, we are all given so many thoughts and beliefs growing up around everything, right? Love is a huge one. So many rules, but we're taught to focus in on all that, and when we do, we're really looking at how they're not being who they need to be, how the relationship's not being what it's supposed to be, who I'm not being what I'm supposed to be, I'm not feeling what I'm supposed to be feeling, and there's all this, you know, focus on what's not working, what's falling short of these expectations that are, like, too much for anyone to be able to achieve, right? And then they have a whole different list than we do, or a varied list than we do. And what's great is that it's this realization as we start questioning our thoughts and our beliefs around a relationship, then we can let them go. And instead of focusing on what's not working well, we start focusing on what we love about what's going on in a relationship, what we love about them, what we love about the relationship, what we love about us in the relationship. then that grows that instead of growing more, because I'm gonna focus on the things falling short. Oh, Virgo. Yeah. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, Capricorns, Virgos, air signs. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But that's that challenge, right? When we focus in on what's falling short, we grow that and we start getting more things falling short instead of using our energy to focus on the things we love and communicating what we love. Because when we both start nagging each other about, you're not doing this, well, you're not doing that, what does that do? That doesn't grow the relationship, kind of poisons it. Instead, when we focus on gratitude and sharing, you know what I love about you? You know what I love? I'm so grateful for this. And, then that grows the relationship instead, right? So I like that. Let's see what else is coming in here. Yeah. You got the high priest. Whoops. I'm like, you're not the lamp. Why am I showing you to the lamp? You are a light. You are a lamp. But the high priestess card coming in here is a revealer of hidden things below the surface and bringing up these thoughts and these beliefs, especially. It's important to kind of step away and realize you can't control what they're going through, what they're thinking, what's happening in their head, but you can step backwards and into you and go, what are my expectations? Why do I have these small t truths rooted in fear? What am I fearing? That's what all these the devil and the seven of swords is. It's all about small t truths rooted in fear of not being good enough, of rejection, of failure, whatever all those things are. But it brings it up and it allows us to transform it instead. And it allows us to get out of our head and into our heart with the two of swords. Allows us to see the thinking from a different perspective. Because we have two brains. That's great for a Virgo, right? We're like, what? There's two places to think? Yes, right. I'm an air sign Aquarius and a Capricorn rising. So I know all about the thinking. But we have a human mind that's rooted in all those small teachers, but we have a high mind that we can connect with, that we can explore all sorts of expansive thinking. And that's kind of what's coming in here. And this does ignite with this innocence of wands, page of wands. Um, like one messages from spirit, and the other thing is it sparks a new passion within your relationship too. Because when we, you know, look past or instead of focusing our energy on those things falling short, when we focus on that gratitude, can you imagine a relationship where you never talk to them about what they're not doing right? Like, what? No, I can't fathom that. But just imagine one. you know that all I do is focus on what I'm grateful for in someone. There's actually a study done that I read once when I was a manager, because I was looking into information on motivating, my employees, and I was like, they they had these three groups of students. One they just didn't do anything with. They didn't give them any scoring on their stuff. And then they had where they told students, a group of students, everything they did wrong. And then they chose another group that all they did is tell them what they did right. And the group that they did wrong continued to get worse and worse and worse grades. And but the other children that they talked just only what they did well, they did even more well. And then the stuff that they hadn't done well, they started to do better in too, without even getting any feedback. And it was amazing like that, right? Yeah, and to yourself especially, right, Misty? It's like really focusing on our own and um, who we are, and we're our own worst critic. And if we're being critical of us, then we're being critical of others. And if we're being critical of others, even if we don't think we're being critical of ourselves, down under somewhere we are. But I love this energy because it does transform that. Yeah, and the 7 of Cups. And it'll really clear up emotional fog and confusion too, because that is what happens, when we're in fear, we get confused. When our little inner child feels um, unsafe or out of control, it goes into I usually say it's like a little Shogun kitty warrior, but it's like we become a 2-year-old with our little pet hissing cat, and we knock out the intelligent, compassionate, loving side, and we do stupid stuff, unintelligent, unloving, uncompassionate things. Um, and that's when we feel confused because in fight or flight mode, our brain and our body doesn't want us thinking. I wonder if that's a jaguar or a lion, and then we're dead, right? It wants us to go, oh crap, and run. And that's what happens, with um, you know, the clarification of gratitude over expectation. And I like this. I like this change towards yourself, change toward the relationship, change towards them, and then doing it without expectation back from them. Start just telling them what you really love about them, at least once a day, just something that you really enjoy about them, and let it be sincere, specific, and within an example really brings it home. You know how empty it feels when people go, "I think you're great," and you're like, "Woo woo." What does that mean? But when, like, if you say something like, "You know what I appreciate about you is that you never give up on your friends. When John was going through this and he was trying to push you away, but you wouldn't let him. You really, literally, I believe you saved his life, and I love that about you." And they're like, "What just happened?" Right? And if there's that every day, then they're gonna wanna share their heart, what they love about you too eventually. But, share that with yourself, like what you love about yourself. Do that for you, and then do that for them, and then you will see such a huge that's what I feel like is such a huge, change in how you see your own worth in relationship to the outside world, but how the relationship evolves and changes too. Yeah, and the 7 of Wands, this is all about, not shrinking and being true to yourself and shining bright, not worrying about defending yourself, and yeah, being that shiny bright lamp that I was talking about earlier. And it is important here, because it is stepping into your power. Even on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Spirit of Wands, which is the King of Wands. You deciding that you want to do this and putting energy behind it and see what happens. And the Three of Wands is that it does change the direction of the relationship, and it goes in a direction that you didn't think it would go, um, as fast as it will, because it's just amazing what happens when we change our energy and release those fears and those expectations. It just opens wide, wide open. And I don't know, I'm getting a picture of like a lion, like, and I don't know if Michael's a Leo or not, but I just feel like it's someone who doesn't want to, none of us want to be caged, right? At our core, humans are beings that hate being told what to do and being restricted, and definitely none of us like being told when we're doing something wrong, right? um and so I feel like it'll magnify your guys' relationship, with all of that. Not that I feel like it's in a horrible place, but I feel like with that 9 of Wands, that's where it's like the bottom of the deck, the joy, it's like it doesn't feel like the joy is there like it used to be. And I feel like this will be a new spark that will just help it ignite. So I like that. And that's what's coming in there for you, Misty. Hopefully that helps. And thank you again for your donation. Much appreciated. Many blessings to you. All right, Nelia. Sending everyone on the chat many beautiful blessings with Merry Christmas. Ah, thank you so much. Same to you. And thank you for your triple donations here. Let us jump in and see what we have going on here. So, first of all, for your first sticker, And thank you for that donation. So, any new messages regarding your current workplace and your future job? When, where, etc. All right. All right. You're very welcome, Misty. Gonna take a drink here. My chamomile, my chamomile tea. All right. So let's take a look here, Nelia. Any new messages regarding your current workplace, future, future job here? I feel like these kind of feel like they're down underneath the surface there. And then any when and where type of information. All right, let's see what we got here. Well, at the bottom of the deck, wow, you got movement here. You got two movement cards. So things are really unfolding here. The Knight of Wands is the fastest moving knight out of them all, of course, the Knight on Fire. And the movement of the mind of the swords is also pretty fast, right? Because our mind can move like this. So I do feel like there is going to be some fast moving energy when it comes to your new job here. I feel like something's going to open up quick and it's going to kind of come sudden. But I feel like you're also going to get like, I would say messages as it's going to happen and before it's happening as well. So it's not going to like blindside you, but I feel like you're going to be like, wait a minute, there's movement on my resume or there's movement on something, right? You're like, wait a minute, huh, they must be doing my background check or they must be looking deeper or or something. There's just like little messages, little things you're picking up that you see the movement happening where you're not completely, you're like, oh, there it is, I knew it, kind of energy. Okay. So your current workplace, let's take a look here and see what we have there. Yeah, Four of Cups. We got that emotional stability, almost boredom feeling with that. The Four of Cups in the Rider-Waite original tarot has someone bored leaning up against a tree looking at the three cups going, ugh, I'm bored. And then the Ace of Cups coming out of nowhere. And so the job's like sneaking up on you. And that's like your current job. It just feels empty. It doesn't feel fulfilling. And here is the what's behind you. Here's that Page of Cups and following your heart. And even on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Queen of Cups, which was telling me that, this is about doing something that makes your heart sing and going in a direction that's more fulfilling. So it means definitely saying your current job is not bringing you joy. It's just, paying the bills and, that kind of thing, right? Overqualified, not getting what you deserve. Yeah. Yeah. So definitely you're being nudged to find something that's more in line with your heart, not so much your head. Now, um, what about your future job? Yeah, your future job feels Four of Pentacles. This is something like this is solidity in the outside world. Also, it can be working from home because it's my home card. So that could be something there. Wow. And then you got the Four of Swords, peace of mind. So peace of mind at home. I loved when I went from working in a corporate maze with all the the cubicle cities that you'd work in to working at home where it could have my incense going, I could have music in the low in the background and you know um be sitting in warm-ups and because we weren't on camera or anything, and so it was really peaceful. I mean, it was like the commute was great and you could go and your food is in the refrigerator, you could throw a load of laundry in on a break. There was a lot of great stuff about it and it just feels like maybe that is it. But I do feel like it's something passionate here, being at home with your fur babies, exactly. And the Ace of Wands is a new passion, is a new interest. So I do feel like maybe this is a change of direction. It's something different if you haven't thought of looking at home based positions and see what resonates with your heart. So I like that. Yeah, the Ace of Swords too. So this is about, new communication, clarity coming in too, ideas coming in. So again, I feel like this might just be a different type of way of looking at it. The where is home, right? The when, I do feel it's going to happen pretty fast here. Just the 9 of wands is the stepping into this Ace of Wands, stepping into your power, right? And because, we talk about the 9 of Wands being this wall of wands and you can't get past it. And there's this one that's glowing, and that's your Ace of Wands. And so you grab it, and suddenly there's this opening to slide through and you move forward. And I feel like it's like not knowing and the lack of clarity. It's like, well, I don't know where I want to jump to. So, but now I feel like you're getting clarity. Now you can go, whatever job site or whatever you're looking for stuff and go, where's the work from home button? I'm going to look at those and see what's available and see what makes your heart sing, what makes your heart jump and leap out. So I like that. Because even on the bottom of the deck, you have the Three of Wands, which is about with new information, you change directions with all that. So, woo-hoo-hoo. Fun, fun, fun. You get to sleep more. You don't have to wake up as early because you don't have to commute and drive um and especially if you don't work in an office and you're not on anything with a camera, you don't even have to like do your hair and your makeup all this stuff. I had friends who I worked with at the corporation I did, and they were like, "Yeah, I set my alarm for like 5 minutes before I need to start work," and I'm like, "I have to be more awake than that," but they it worked for them, and I'm like, "Wow," So it definitely helps there. So I like that for you, Nelia. So that's what they have for that one. So many blessings to you. And then number two, thank you for the love in the eyes emoji and for your donation. Any new messages regarding your true future love and what you need to know? All right, let's dive into that. Right. And then your new love can stop over for some lunch. Lunch, I said. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so let's take a look here. What else about your future love? I don't know why I feel so silly today. What else is new, right? I'm silly every day. And then I feel like we want this one right here. Okay. So, bottom of the deck, we do have the Six of Wands, victory, movement, equal passion coming in here too. So I like that. I like this information on that when you guys meet, it's mutual attraction right away. It's not like you're interested and then eventually through witchcraft and goat offerings, they fall in love with you. No, just kidding. See, look at goofiness. I think it's all of your guys' energy. I'm blaming it on all of you. A lot of love energy. It makes us all giddy, right? Um, but I feel like it's mutual. It's like whoosh, and I mean, it's like, how sometimes it feels like you're overgiving in one and overgive, it's like, but this feels like equal giving and equal attraction, equalness. So I like that. Finally, the spirit likes to say a lot that we deserve to be with people like ourselves, people who give and contact and communicate and not going, "Wow, I wonder where they went. It's been 2 days, haven't heard from him," instead of, like, giving the attention that we want from each other. It's really cool. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah. I feel like it's someone way different than you normally would go for with the 10 of swords, because this is letting go of all these expectations, all the list of who they need to be, what they need to do, what they need to look like, what their history has to look like, this, that, blah, 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 blah. It's like letting it all go, because when we have so many expectations, we see the world through this thin going, they have to fit in here. And Spirit says the person that would fit that is on back order for 1,000 years. So we're going to need to drop some of these expectations. And as we do, it opens up our view. And this is where we meet them, is out here, not in that, right? And so this is why I feel like it's going to be someone that's not going to be who you think it would be, someone completely different, right? We do have the 10 of Pentacles too, so another 10, but this is talking about relationship, and the Devil card is, reinforcing this 10 of Swords, because this combination is that you're questioning all of these beliefs that you grew up with around um, what a lover and a relationship is supposed to be, how you're supposed to meet, who they're, like we said, supposed to be, how they're supposed to act, what they're supposed to do, who we're supposed to be and supposed to do, and blah, blah, blah. And as we are talking earlier, you know, I think it was in Misty's reading, that it sucks the life out of relationships when we do that. And it's like, no, no, not at all. Right. In fact, like all my little candles here are like really, really small. Maybe there's not enough oxygen in here. But there is that, it sucks the life and sucks the air out of a relationship when there's so many rules. And so there's this importance of letting so much of that go and releasing it, towards this. Yeah. And then the Spirit of Wands. And the Spirit of Wands, we might have talked a little bit about this before. This is like the Emperor, where it's, again, they let go of all the expectations. I mean, they're kind of like drilling this down. Boom, boom, boom. All right, I get it already, right? But this is about like a king and who rules over their kingdom. This Spirit of Wands is the King of Wands, and they're like, all right, everybody, I appreciate all of your advice, all these advisors, a lot of self-appointed advisors telling them how the kingdom is supposed to work and should work and needs to work and blah, 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 blah. And they're like, thank everybody. Now clear the throne room. I'm the king. I'm going to decide for my life what I want to do, and where that goes, right? UFO is my personality. Multiple personalities, you mean, Nelia? Be careful what you ask for. I'm just kidding. But I like that, because then it's like you getting rid of all that stuff. You decide what you want to do, and um, the path you want to go on, and putting energy behind it. And in a way, it is about deciding like what is your passion in life, not making love like our goal, but or our hobby, but finding things that we're passionate about, finding hobbies, things to go do, things to express our love in the world. And in doing things we love, that's, I feel like, where you meet, is in doing things you love. They're doing things they love. You love doing a lot of the same things, and you bump into each other, and then there's sparks that happen. And then it grows from that, right? Hey, I didn't say I wasn't perfect. Who I think a multiple personality is perfect, right? That's Aquarius. Like Gemini is known as the split personality of the zodiac. Aquarius is known as the multiple personality of the zodiac. But I like this, um, energy coming in here, because they're laying the foundation of releasing all this stuff in preparation for meeting them. And how you'll meet them is by letting go of a pursuit of love and a pursuit of having all a relationship fit into this cage, and then you're just going to go live and let it unfold and enjoy it for what it is, right? Yeah, look, because you do have the Lovers card, so that is the result that comes after all that. And yeah, in the Ace of Swords, again, like we got in the last reading, this is about seeing things from a different perspective. It helps chop away. The Ace of Swords helps transform these small t truths into higher spiritual knowledge, but it allows you to be free from trying to make something happen. Um, you know, this all this energy in the pursuit of finding a love, and then trying to control it when we find it. That's the big thing with expectations. It's like trying to control, um, and have them fit into what we need them to be, rewarding them when they are and punishing them when they're not. And that doesn't do well. As we look at all the relationships in the world. But when we live our passions and we allow ourselves to, move forward, then um, that's a different type of feel around it all. So that's what I feel they have there for you, Nelia. So thank you for that one. All right. And then for number three, we've got the emoji. So thank you for your third donation. What's up with these drones that been flying around? What's really going on? Is it a hoax? General on this, please. Absolutely. Someone actually asked that in one of my YouTube member sessions, and we'll see what comes through in these cards because it's very interesting. So let's take a look here. What is really going on with all these drones flying around, right? So is it true? Is it a hoax? And what is happening? I do feel, I mean, we've already had contact with um, beings from outside the planet. You know, just they haven't been public in huge countries, but there's been, they've had. Someone asked yesterday, right? Yeah, and the one about the moon, right? I think that was that you, Nelia? That asked about the moon anyway. But there's this, you know, I mean, for many, many, like the Aborigines and people that are like away from big civilizations, they call them ancestors, sky ancestors, and they've had regular contact even recently, for thousands of years. And they're like, yeah, what are you talking about? It's not new. It's just new to the big populations of that have stopped being in communication with nature and with spirit, and it's a surprise to a lot of those. And they have made contact with government, some limited places in government, and all of that. But I do feel like that we're going to be seeing a lot more going on, and so these some of the with everything, there are hoaxes, there are people making up stuff for attention and for distractions, but there are, so it's not 100% one, not 100% the other, right? Um, so they definitely have, there's some of them are real and spotted, um and then some of them are fake, because humans like attention, but they also, like I said, they different places in power will also distract so they can over here, right? Excuse me. So on the bottom of the deck, though, we've got the High Priestess, and yeah, and creating fear too. Exactly. Good point, Nelia. And so there is this energy, being aware that we'll know instinctively, and I mean, there are already a lot of people channel star collectives and um, star seeds and different entities, and they channel councils and all that stuff. So they're already in contact with us. They just physically appearing is, um, what freaks out people and creates fear too, and that's why they've been easing themselves into things and bringing in, movies and ideas and imagination, and we'll do those things. I was, actually, it was earlier today, I was, there's someone that, they, channel, a being called Bashar, and they actually were talking about this exact subject, which is amazing. But they were he said that, from what they've been told is that they will actually see they won't, like, come over our cities and be like, "Oh my god, the planet's gonna be destroyed." They will start, popping here and there to where we're like, "What was that?" Till we get used to that, and then they'll start hovering longer out at sea in a way to where we can see it and we can look at them, so we can get used to it. They're very aware of us, And what I love is on the bottom of the deck too, we have the universe, which represents space, right? And that, with all. So, they definitely, I feel like 2025 is going to be more and more and more where we see things and they make themselves known more and more because they're not coming here and to create fear and to take over and do whatever. They're here to help us evolve. And 2025 is going to be a huge, um, transformational year for the collective and the planet. And I feel like that's why they're going to be showing their assistance, a lot for us too. And it just going to grow exponentially. So let's look at here at the other cards that came out. Yeah, so some of it is hoaxing, right? The confusion, the fear, the fogginess, that's coming in here. So some of it is, I feel like with that is that kind of stuff, right? Like, um, uh, creating a fog, creating a distraction, right? So that we don't see those. Or are all those the drones flying in the sky? There's all these flying cups flying, but where are the saucers for the cups? Do do do, play the X-Files theme song, right? Movement of cups, movement of emotion, movement of water. And this is that saying that there will be seeing them over water more. And they are going to be showing us more and more and more. And then to where governments can't hide this stuff and explain it away and hoax it away. But trust your gut and trust your instinct when it comes to what is real and what is not, because there is a combination of both that is out there. Yeah, I like this. The 3 of Pentacles is like this. We are not alone. The 3 of Pentacles is not having to have to do things alone kind of card that's coming in here too. And, I like this. And then the 8 of Pentacles is the progression of things happening in the outside world, right? So I like that, that it is gonna be, unfolding and we are gonna see the and I like that the 3 of Pentacles is help in the outside physical world, not just spiritually and energetically, but coming and making themselves known in the physical realm. If they were bad, then they would have done something bad long time ago. Yeah, yeah. Um, and they're evolved beings. We're the ones that do things out of fear, but they don't have fear. They don't have that mechanism in them like we do. And that's why they, you know, want to approach us in a way that doesn't ignite our fight or flight mode because we've seen all the alien movies when fear happens and we do stupid things like fire a missile at them when they come in peace, and then they blow up the planet, all those sci-fi movies. So they're like, we're not they're not stupid. They know they have to kind of ease us in. But so all this drone, it's the moment of that. Some of it is real, but some of it is actual little drones. but and we're going to be witnessing stuff all across the world. But just like anything dealing with humans, take everything with a grain of salt and just trust your intuition and know that they're there and that we can reach out to them through our energy and develop relationship with them energetically. Um, with all that. I've talked a little bit before, and we'll talk more about this over the 2025 as we are on this quest of the five elements. We're going to get to know our elemental spirit guides. My elemental spirit guide of fire is actually a starseed collective called Phoenix, which is a sub collective of the Syrian starseed collective. And so it's like we learn to communicate to all these different types of energetic beings, both within this vibration, higher vibration, etc. So don't be afraid to go inward and upward. And the outside world is so fickle and full of like illusion a lot that the inside world we can be more sure of, right? So hopefully that helps. But that's what they have for you for that, Nelia. So thank you for asking that. So many, all right. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting year for sure. All righty. So thank you for that. And then Gemini Sun, hello. Thank you so much for your donation. Give that a love and a like here. Yeah, definitely a year of transformation. Um, if you haven't checked out the 2025 energy forecast, those are out, and yeah, definitely there's all this transformative energy. It's like, okay, here we go. Buckle up. Good stuff though. All right, so let's take a look here. Gemini Sun at S's feelings and intentions. Yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you again. So feelings. Let's look at intentions here. And will you meet the family? Here, the Adams family. They're they're mysterious and spooky all together. Ookie. Are you sure you want to meet him? I like it. Well, you got the bottom of the deck here. You got some overall energies regarding um, interactions between you two. You got the page of pentacles and the page of wands coming in here. So there is this upgrade, this movement of energy that's coming in here. Um, so new opportunity in the outside world, fast moving here too. Very nosy. You're you're the man to see for this question. You're too funny. Yeah, so definitely I feel like there's going to be an opportunity that's opening up. It's like you guys are going further in the outside world. The movement of wands, knight of wands is fast moving. So let's take a look here. So see what their feelings are. All right. Wow. So they definitely feel very blessed. You got the Wheel of Fortune, the major arcana number 10, 10 of wands, which if it was by itself without the Wheel of Fortune could also mean burden. But when these come together like this is the harvest that's the camels carrying on their back. So feeling very, very blessed and just full in regards to their feelings towards you. So I like that. They don't feel like it's a burden. They just feel like, wow, how did I get so lucky kind of energy, with all this. And because the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter energy. And so I like it. And that's the fullness, I don't talk about it a whole lot, but on the Wheel of Fortune, they've got four suits up here. Let's see, it's Taurus, and then Leo, and then Scorpio and Aquarius. So it's those four suits, and so you've got earth, fire, water, and air. You got all four elements that are represented in those. They're all the fixed signs, and so there's this very solid energy that comes in with all of that. So I really like that when asking about what their feelings are towards you. Intentions, all right. I like this here. You got all these tens. So 10 and 10, and then the 10 of swords, which the 10 of swords, when you first see it, is like, oh my God. But it's a good, because it's letting all the expectations go, letting all of the supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's and must be's go so that there can be freedom and focusing on what something is instead of all those small t truths of fear, which exhaust us and restrict us. And with the high priestess energy coming in here, they are the revealer of things, bringing up things from below the surface. But I feel like this is in a positive way. I feel like she's the revealer of hidden things, hidden truths, hidden feelings, hidden intentions. And I like this, the letting go of these expectations, because it is like, in a way, they're letting go of their fears and going, all right, I feel with all these tens, this is an ending and new beginning energy, which obviously we knew with the Innocence of Pentacles is like going from the 10 of Pentacles to the 11 of Pentacles. It's an upgrade. And the movement is like a number 12 in the one suit, right? So they do have this, coming in and this movement, this revelation. So I feel like you're gonna get to know their intentions really quick here. The hidden ones that been having it, right? Yeah, we can pull a couple extra cards on that. So will you meet the family? Yeah. So now we've got the innocence of swords, the page of swords, and the movement of swords, the knight of swords. So we've got number 11 and 12 of the swords, the communication as well coming in. So both of these here, we've got this energy of communication. And since we're asking specifically, will you meet them? I feel like that's an absolutely yes. I mean, all of these upgrades, all of these pages and movement cards definitely are about things are upgrading and changing for the, you know, it's not an exit. These are expansions, moving to the next level kind of energies. I like this for you, Gemini. All right. So let's take a look here. What will their parents think about you? Let's look at that first here. So, on this meeting, what's going to be their consensus here? Okay. So, here's mom. Yeah, mom is a firestorm. I like this. Mom feels like she's a little more protective of her son. Um, so, um, or S's feelings there. So I feel like there's this what feels like when you meet them, like they're like, watching you going, nice to meet you. And you're like, ooh, I feel a cold, like your hair stand up in the back of your neck. But the five of wands is a transformation. So it's like by the end of the evening or whatever you're meeting them, she's like, all right, I like it. And dad, dad's the it's like almost role reversal. So dad's more the easygoing, loving one. It's like I almost feel like there's this, you know, from the hippie generation, they're like, I love everyone, kind of energy. So you don't have any problem with dad. That's funny. And then when things will kick up a notch here. 100%. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, let's go out in the backyard and hug a tree, everybody. Come on. All right. So the when, well, it's TikTok time. It had the Eight of Pentacles, which I just had when we're asking about something else. But this is this movement forward. It's the things are in in the works right now, and the Two of Pentacles is it's the timing. Um, Hourglass. Ooh, I wonder if they're gonna invite you for New Year's, because I feel like that's when the clock, "Okay, the year is up," and it turns. And this Eight of Pentacles is like there's this, um it feels like things are in the works, things are in the workings. So, I wonder if you're gonna meet them on New Year's. It definitely feels like it's sooner than later, and that hourglass really stands out. So, it looks like, things are gonna move kinda quickly there, and again, the Knight of Wands is also telling us things are moving fast. Um, it's like they just needed to reach a point, and now things are just kind of happening. So, here we go. Buckle up, buttercup. So, that is what they have for you, my dear, my dear. And thank you again for your donation. All right. Hey, Linda, welcome, welcome. And Lucky, hey, everybody. All right, so I think that's it for the donations. So let me just double check here to see, make sure I don't have any of my YouTube channel members that I haven't completed yet. I don't think anyone snuck in under the radar, but that's not guaranteed. Yep, okay. So we're going to jump to the top and start with the free readings. At the very top. And so we'll see how many we can get through here. I'll be on for about 45 more minutes. So we should get through some, unless anyone wants to make a donation, then I will jump to that and dive deeper. Otherwise, the free readings are usually between 1 and 2 cards. So, Te, I always am going to murder your name, and I'm so sorry. So, Sahina, I'm going to just say, will you and S reconcile in the future? All right, let's take a look here. Will you guys reconcile in the future? In order to do that, in order for there to be a reconciliation, both of you really need to look at some, the with this Eight of Swords, look at your limiting thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that make you feel restricted and small and trapped. Because it's those fears that ignite, that entrap the heart. You can almost imagine like it's the heart inside of here instead of the rose. In order for the heart to be like both of your, excuse me, hiccup, both of your hearts have to be free to be able to be and to love and not fear rejection and not have these thoughts and these beliefs that are the source of the conflict between you guys. Because if we do what we've always done, we're going to get what we've always gotten. So, there is a chance of reconciliation in the future if both of you work on that, releasing those thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. And you're like, what are the chances of both you and them? You, I have no doubt that you are looking at, who am I? What's going on? What do I need to release? Let me do my shadow work. Let me do that. Them, big if on their part. Um, so I wouldn't hold your breath for the reconciliation because it requires both of you to do it. And I just don't see them being at that point in their life where they're doing that type of inner work. That's like years away, like 5 years away. Not and you're going to change to where you're not going to want them anymore by that time that would happen. So looking at it all, it's like, okay, can you see that? Can you see that yeah, we're not going to match. The energy doesn't match, and it can't go back to being what it was because it'll just end up happening whatever happened before. It's going to end up ending again. But um but you can still do your inner work, and that raises your vibration, allows you to draw in other people that will match that instead. So that's what they have for you right now, Sahina. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. Continue moving down the list here. All right. And then we have Ateshi Singh. So, Ateshi, why did DK and SSP call me that day? All right. Why? Oh, why? Whoa. Okay. Well, I'm glad I didn't lose any of them off the desk and under the table. So, let's shuffle these again. A lot of energy there, evidently. Let's take a look here. So, why did they call you that day? Okay. All right. Well, we have the Ace of Cups here, and we have the King of Cups too, which is the balance of the heart and the head and the mind. And there's just they were moved emotionally to call you that day. It just feels like there was this because both of these have the Ace of Cups in here, which is about filling up with our own love, looking for love in the outside world, um, looking for, an emotion, a certain emotion of happiness or more. And it could be that they were just um full of an emotion and they're just like, I'm gonna do it, and then they just contacted you. It doesn't feel like there was a lot of intention behind it. It just feels like it was an emotional reaction and then it's over until the next little emotional reaction. It didn't feel like there was a whole lot of thinking or planning behind it, if that makes sense. It just feels more of a spawned from whatever maybe the moon was in a water sign and they got moved by the emotional tides and then reached out, but that's kind of the energy that I feel. It's just like it was an emotional flood and then the tide's gone until the tide comes back in again. And so it'd be interesting to look and see what the moon was on the day that they called and go, oh my God, it was a water moon. I don't know. All right. So that's what's coming in right now, Ateshi. Hopefully that's a little helpful. So many blessings to you. All right. All right. So I said I just got a Cash App come through. So thank you, Linda, for your donation. I see that. I appreciate that. And let's see here. Did you ask your question up above here? Sorry, I'm really close to the microphone. Yeah. So pop your question down below and we will jump to that real quick here. Come on. Sorry. The Cash App is running slow here today. All right. I think it's done its thing there. There it is. All right. um, there. When will your unemployment go through? All right. Let's take a look here and see what is going on with that here. All right. Let me just get rid of that there. There we go. Okay. So these candles are kind of acting a little funny tonight. They're like very just light. All right, so let's take a look here, Linda. When will your unemployment go through? Okay. We're doing that. What else? So we got the justice. We got a little balancing going on here with this justice card here. And it does feel like there's some balancing happening um, with this? Let me see here. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Six of Cups. First thing that came to me when I saw this was like children, like children celebrating. And I'm like, it wouldn't be Christmas, but it feels like because it's the childhood card. And it does feel very celebratory kind of energy. And it almost feels like it's either like a Christmas holiday or like New Year's with fireworks, but it feels like it's very that kind of energy. And this Justice card feels like there's some balancing of budgets and balancing of things that's just kind of taking time for it to do its thing, if that makes sense. Are you waiting for a hearing? Okay. So, well, that makes sense with the justice then. Like that's you know, that would be the process of appearing in front of someone who's going to make a ruling, right? So that makes sense there. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah. So you've got the 9 of wands and you got the 10 of wands, which is a progression of energy. But with that is the 5 of pentacles, which is the feeling of being left behind, being left out in the cold, that kind of um, energy. And the combination of these three together talks about our energy and where we're investing our energy. And one of the amazing things with, our power is whatever we focus on is what grows and amplifies, right? And of course, we as humans are taught focus on what we are wanting, what we're needing, what we're fearing, focusing on what we don't have. And what happens when we focus in on that is that all grows, that all gets bigger, and things get pushed away and further away, right? But when we begin to move our energy into a place of higher vibration, that which is attached to gratitude, but also unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and that higher vibration, then that grows and we draw on things that match that energy. And so what we can do, I mean, it's I know it's difficult when we're taught so much as humans. Focus on what if this doesn't happen? What if this is going on? What if they try this? What if they don't do that? And I need that, and but all that does is push the resolution further away. But when we start transforming that into gratitude, and that would look like, I'm so grateful, Creator, that you're going to bring in, the perfect hearing and in front of the perfect person and the perfect timing, and I know you take care of me. The 5 of Pentacles is realizing it's not humans that bring us what we need in each moment, but Creator, Spirit, Universe, whatever you believe higher power to be, and that they bring us what we need in each moment. And we can build this trusting relationship with them because we know they're not human who act in fear and act in selfishness and survival mode and, you know, make poor decisions. And when they're in fear, feeling unsafe, they do stupid stuff and unloving things and unkind things. But luckily, they're not the ones in control. Creator and Spirit are. And when we move our energy from out there and from that lower vibration to up there in gratitude, going, "You've always taken care of my trust you will now." And I release it and I surrender it all to you because it's in good hands. Then that's where I feel things move faster. And any blocks that felt like were there kind of just open up and things move more quickly. Otherwise, it's like it's kind of pushed back a little bit. Yeah. And I do feel like you have victory here with the Six of Wands. That is the victory card, and the Sky Father is the Emperor energy, which is Aries energy, and this is about taking control of your own, like your own destiny, your own energy, realizing you're not at the whim of the outside world, but your energetic focus, right? Your mental choice of story. So you're being in charge of your mental energy, your emotional energy, your manifestation, and spiritual energy and your physical energy, like, I only have control over that for me. Everyone else, have no control over that. But I know I can draw to me what is for my highest good if I focus on that higher vibration. So I do feel like it will come in fast here. But this, the 6 of Cups still has this as far as the timing, when, um, it just feels like there's an important date that comes up here. And maybe you'll get information like, you know, that you find out on around Christmas or Christmas Eve, or it just feels very, you know, fairy-like and childlike, and or if there's a special birthday in January, or you know or in if there's a special birthday in December, that makes it feel very, I know it's not a holiday because they don't work on holidays. So, and the post office doesn't deliver, nothing happens on holidays with when it comes to all that stuff. But that's why I feel like it's been 6 weeks, so 6 cups. But I do feel here, you know, the holdup, is, um, like our energy. So if we focus on, all right, you know what? I know I'm in good hands, and let me change my energy from focusing on what I fear, what I hate, what I need, what I want, and, ask of creator once, and then switch it over, hand it over to them, and then focus on gratitude, for the rest, going, I know you're going to take care of me, and you're going to show me the right way, and open things up. And when that happens, that's what, ignites the energy. It's like suddenly this um, little electronic pulse goes out, and it attracts it to you. And that's what I feel creates the movement and creates the action to kick in. Um, but yeah, I just kind of feel like with the holidays and all this, it just feels like there's going to be like the beginning of January. It feels like more when it's going to happen, and you might get notification before then, but it just feels like beginning of January, just because of everything out of balance needing to balance and kind of go in there. So hopefully that helps a little bit there, Linda. I know it's tough to be going through that, and especially when we're taught so much, it's hard not to focus on all that when that's there, right? So, so that is what they have for you. Thank you again for your donation, Linda. Many, many blessings to you. And then Red, thank you for your donation. Amazing Grace, I am taking donations still, if that's what you're asking. Other readings. I started on some of the free readings. I think I got like two of the free readings done. um, so uh, I'm not sure. I've only got about 30 minutes left. We'll see how far I get done in the free readings. I'm not going to be able to come back on this evening after my other session. So whatever readings I don't get through in this session, besides donations and YouTube channel members, um, I won't be able to get to this evening, but I will be back tomorrow if I don't get through to your free reading this evening. All right. Oh, you just donated. Okay. Very good. So you'll be up after Red then. All right. So, Red, thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like there. And you want to know, will Sagittarius relocate closer to you? If so, when? All right. Very Sagittarius thing to do. They love to travel, they love to learn and go new places. They're very adventurous. They love to travel and uproot. So let's take a look here. So, will the Sagittarius relocate closer to you? And if so, when? When? All right. So, what we got here? Well, bottom of the deck, we've got the 6 of Pentacles. And that makes sense there, swimming in the same pond. Looking good. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, I feel like their head and their heart are battling right now because they do have this fear here. If they relocate and if things don't work out, are they going to want to live in the city that you're in and the location that you're at to be closer to you? And so I feel like they're in the process of weighing that and going back and forth. That 6 of Pentacles kind of gives them away, though, a little bit there. Yeah, okay, yeah. So that makes sense, right? Right? On the move, on the move, on the move. Gypsy blood. That's funny. My dad's a Sagittarius, and he took us all over the place. So that's right in alignment with that. But I feel like they're weighing it out in their head. Their head and their heart are battling, but with that 6 of Pentacles underneath the surface, it's already given them away. Yeah, and it is here. We've got the Judgment card, which is their higher self, drawing them to this new place, but they are weighing things out. Again, they're still think they're weighing things out. They're it's like they're doing it, for the sake of more their family that, I thought about it. I did my list. I did this. I did that. They already know that they want to and that they're going to, but I feel like they have to do their little process in order to appease both their mind, but also their family, and that kind of approach to it. The when we got the 4 of Pentacles, and so there is this monetary stability that they're looking for. But the Spirit of Wands, the King of Wands, that's that Sagittarius energy. In fact, is that okay? No, it has a Leo on there, but it's very much Sagittarius, Leo, Aries energy. The fire, King of Fire, that they just have to. I feel like they're looking for homes. They're looking for where they would live, and that kind of approach to that. Um, yeah, and I did see this on the bottom of the deck, and I do feel like with this moon cycle here, I do feel like it might be around Pisces season, which is like February 20th to March 20th. And just because they have the Pisces moon in it, and that's the phase and the switching of the moon cycle, right? It's the moon traveling. So I kind of feel like it's going to be like decisions will be made during the Pisces season coming up this next year. But I feel like there is this little stability that they still need to have come in here. And of course, if you're in America, they're kind of wanting to see what happens here with government and all this kind of stuff of what is next year going to look like. And I feel like they're kind of like looking at, all right, before I make this leap, let me just make sure of a couple of things. Um, so I feel like, but I feel like it's Pisces season in 2025 when they do that. So how fun! All right, yeah. I don't think it takes much for them to get to get going, but they are going through their process. So, all right. So that's what they have for you, Red. So many blessings to you. Thank you so much for your donation. All right. And then Amazing Grace will be up next, and then over to Moonlight. So thank you guys so much. All right. So thank you for that donation, Amazing Grace. And your question was there. And like magic, it and disappeared. So I think you're typing a new one. So Rad, you want to know, is Sagittarius actively looking for a new place now? Will he need to move in with you for a while? You know, I with the energy I was feeling there, Red, it's like they're kind of looking, but not like super, super because they're still waiting. I feel like they're doing more research to try to find out the money and what would be needed and all that. But I don't feel like they're wanting to move in. They're wanting it to be like they have their place, you have their place because they don't want to, you know, like assume and all that. So I don't feel like the energy I'm feeling from them is they don't like giving that type of control away. They don't like being at the whim of others, right? They want to be able to have their own place. That's just the way they work, and that makes sense with the Four of Pentacles. That's home, so they like to have their castle, kind of energy. All right. Oh, there you go. Amazing Grace. So you want a new love and relationship with your new person. You're very welcome, Red. You want a new love and relationship. Oh, reading. Okay. With your new person. Okay, let's take a look here and see what they have. I'm just gonna take a quick sip here. Getting parched. Alrighty. So let's see what we got going on here. New person. What does Spirit want you to know about the love? The love, the love. Okay. What else? Did want that one. Anything else? No. All right. So, bottom of the deck here. Well, yeah, it makes sense here. Oh my gosh, all these tens. This is crazy. Well, I'll do this one first. So, you got the universe card was the major arcana card that came on the bottom here, right? And so this is all about the ending of a cycle, an ending of an old way of doing things, and you're ready to do something differently with this relationship. And I like this new approach to it all because underneath that, you've got three tens. You got the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Swords, and the 10 of Wands. Of course, 10 of Pentacles is the relationship card. So that is telling us it's about relationship. And the 10 of Swords is about letting go of old expectations and all of that. And the 10 of Wands, where you're investing all your energy and trying to live up to all these expectations. And I like this because it's like, yeah, you don't want to do what you've always done before and get what you've always gotten. And so there is this new approach. And it's like, I don't know why this feels like an experiment, Amazing Grace. It's like, all right, I'm going to try it this way in this relationship and let's see how this goes. And I feel like you're ready to like do things a bit different. And 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 we'll see what that means here because we've got other cards. That's just the bottom of the deck. So you're ready to put an end to old ways and try new ways. And that's healthy. And you got the sun card. So very bright, shining energy here that's coming in. So it does feel like there's a bright light that shines on everything. And it feels like maybe one of the approaches is to be more childlike in this energy. And like there's this, um, you know, make it more of play dates instead of like a job and trying to fulfill something. It feels a lot like, because the universe being the last card in the major arcana starts over at the Fool card, which is like an adventure without rules and without intentions and without supposed to be, should be, need to be's. And it is much more like this, um, you know, flow, this going with where it goes, and more like childlike in that it's like an adventure. And children hate rules. Let's go play on the playground, but we don't want rules. And I kind of feel like this is the energy that's coming in here is allow yourself to just resist putting intention and any rules around it and just enjoy it for what it is and go with the flow for as long as possible. Yeah. And allow you to feel all the feels. Don't try to, stuff any or try to control them because it is going to be confusing and a little different. It's going to bring up emotions that maybe you haven't felt in a while or before in a relationship. And as those foggy feelings starts to go, realize that's fear creeping in, and just question those fears and those little flags of feelings as they arise. That helps you stay in the flow, because it starts to rise, if we push it down, then they just add up and then explode. But if we take the fear and go, okay, what am I fearing with this? Let me transform it. It allows you to move along with this flow. Yeah. In the Spirit of Swords. So this King of Swords, allowing yourself to accept this gift from the king here, to see things from a higher perspective, a different perspective. And that's actually what brings in the clarity, and makes that fog go away, is seeing things from this place of no expectations and unconditional love, and seeing it from a higher point of view. Yeah, it's a rebirth. Again, all this tends death and rebirth, endings, beginnings, new ways, new ways, new ways. Because otherwise, it's just going to go the route of old relationships, right? Yeah, and you hold the power with the Magician card. Whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. And I like this. We've talked before on the channel around love readings quite a bit about this um whatever we focus on grows and expands, and so when we focus in on gratitude about what someone is doing that we love, and what the relationship is unfolding and doing well, and then what we love about ourselves in the relationship, that grows it instead. But when we do focus on expectations and rules, we're focusing in on what something is not being, one that expands it, and then we become less and less of it. And we're focusing on how something's not being, instead of celebrating something sincerely in what we are being, right? So I do like this energy that's coming in here. Um, it's all about brand new, and the Magician card comes right after the Fool card. So it's stepping into our power and realizing whatever I focus on is going to grow. So I'm going to try something new in this relationship, and just focus on what I love about it, what I love about it, what I love about it, not what I wish it would be, or where I hope it goes, or well, what are they not doing? They didn't do that right, or I didn't do that right, or the relationship isn't going the way I think it should. It's like celebrating what is, and seeing how long we can stay in the flow. And when we start to feel ourselves going off the flow, kind of just gently nudge ourselves back and go, I want to go back into that flow. I like where this is going. This feels free and full, instead of suppressed and caged and sucking the life out of you, right? All right. So that's what's coming in for you there. Amazing Grace. So thank you again for your donation. I appreciate that. Hopefully that helps a little bit. All right. And then Moonlight, thank you for your donation and your little thanks, um, and purple heart there. So you want to know, will R ever understand that our connection runs deeper through more than one lifetime? Oh, yeah, let's take a look here. Uh I am Shilene. Yeah, you did. Let me see here real quick. Yeah, Johanna was first, and then you were second in the very, very beginning. Because at that point I didn't have any donations yet. So you're like number two. All right. And yes, thank you guys. I see your other donations here. So we've got Dulcie Joy will be up next after Moonlight, and then Daisy, and then June. And I've got about 10 minutes left, so I'll see how far we get, but I will if I am not able to get one of you, I will come back on and complete that. So Oh, no problem at all. It's the season. Shailene, right? Shop, shop, shop. Moonlight, you have to stop drinking. You're getting schizophrenic here. Schizophrenic. All right, let's take a look here. So, will R ever understand that your connection runs deeper? Let's take a look here. Yeah, yeah, you can just rewind all the way to the beginning, Shailene, and Johanna's first, and then you, and then I went back to Johanna because she made a donation. So you're in between Johanna, Johanna's two readings. All right. Sorry, I'm in late. So will they ever understand this deep connection? Will they? Will they? Will they? Ah, I feel like they will. Bottom of the deck, we got the High Priestess, which is all about, understanding past life connections and deep connections that are there. It's interesting. I wonder if it's because you tell them. But yeah, we got the movement of cups. So movement of emotion and joy that comes in here. A lot of stabilized energies. So, this deep movement of emotion below the surface really comes in here. Let me see what else we have here. Yeah, we got the naked heart and this 5 of pentacles. So, there is um this it feels like there's something, it's like they have this great amount of joy and movement of emotion, but they also have this deep like a dip in their emotion, feeling abandoned, left behind, excuse me, out of control, um, these feelings of lack. And it's almost like there's this, let's see what this other card is here. Yeah. So it's like something that triggers their life. It's like there's this big hiccup that allows them to really look into their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, and has all this energy here of, it's like it triggers this awakening in their life, and so it takes them inward, and in doing that I feel like they do kind of go on this bunny trail of spirituality. Sorry, keep on falling off my seat. um and it just, I feel like it takes them into this world of looking into, different things. Yeah, he has a lot to learn. So I feel like he will. Now, timing, I mean, we do have the it's funny you said they have a lot to learn. 8 of Pentacles, the schooling, there's a lot. It's like I feel like they are just here and they have all this to learn. So they do have a ways to go. I don't feel like it's going to be like tomorrow or next year. That they will eventually realize it, but it's probably going to be when it's too late. They're going to like, oh, but we have these connections. Yeah, yeah, I know. I knew that a long time ago. But I don't feel like it's, like you said, it's going to be anytime soon because they do have a lot to learn. Um, but it is spawned by this big rise and the fall. And when they fall, then they're kind of in this place where they really want to try to learn and understand themselves more. So I feel like that's what's coming in there. All right. So that is what they have for you for that one, Moonlight. All right. And then Delcy Joy, thank you for your donation. You are up next. Yeah, I get you. Strong, strong attractions. I've had a couple people in my lifetime like that, in this lifetime, where it was like animal attraction. I don't know. I couldn't help it. It was just like, why can't I just let it go? Why can't I just get away from this? And then, but I changed. And then I met them again late. Actually, there was two. Actually, there was 3, which sounds bad, but it was during different periods. And, like, when I would meet them again, I had changed and it was gone, and I'm like, "What the heck?" And that happens, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But I think we talked about cutting tie kind of rituals, so I would definitely do that. All right. So Delcy, yeah, I feel like that's going to be a deeper conversation, Moonlight. There's a lot of different things that we can do and look at to be able to transform and doing those. I think I talked about a candle ritual, right? And I don't know if you tried that. Um, but sometimes we don't want to let go, and so we won't do things that will help us let go too, and we won't until we're ready. When we're sick and tired of feeling a certain way, then we take action and we'll do it. But um, when we have this certain type of energy, we need to do energetic things to transform it. So I get it though. Right. So Delcy, you want to know what skills and experiences from past lives can support you in creating an abundant, fulfilling future. You're over 50, but not finished living. Yeah, me too. I'm closer to 60 than 50, though. Oh my God. Where did my life go? All right. So, from past lives, skills and experiences that support you in creating an abundant future. Let's see what we got here. But no. All right. One of the things here for you here, Delcy, you do have a natural ability from past lifetimes of energy work here with this 9 of Wands, 10 of Cups. It's like emotional release. And I feel like you've done a lot of kind of energy work in past lifetimes, but it's more emotional energy work where you've helped people release it. I kind of see like shamanic witch doctor, Amazonian rainforest, like you help people through different herbs and things to get to a meditative state, and you help them get into this emotional area. And like a shaman, you're able to go back into, this this place um, to help them retrieve parts of themselves that they left behind, and that you could help them emotionally. Like you would be able to, intuitively know the different areas of their life. And so, very much, I don't know if you've liked doing any kind of life coaching, spiritual coaching, um, psychology. I mean, it's never too late to, if you already have a degree, to go and get, a master's in psychology. And, you can do that if that resonates, but it can also be spiritual certifications, even past life regression, um, which can help with and there's emotional release therapies and different things that you can learn, but whatever resonates within that, what draws you in this lifetime. Yeah, again, 10 of Cups is joy, joy, joy. And this is, again, helping people balance their emotions is a huge thing. And this is a spiritual posse too, but it's spiritually helping people balance. And, you know, it's the alchemy with the Temperance card too, helping people with their emotional transformation. So a lot of this has been throughout different lifetimes. You might even have been one of the original psychologists learning about, all that early on in life, philosopher in another lifetime. But I just see this helping people see things differently about themselves emotionally is a huge piece. And I do feel like that is something that can help you create an abundant, fulfilling future. And abundant doesn't necessarily have to be like filthy rich, but abundance has to do with how you fill your life and doing that too. Ah, okay, you're already doing therapy and used to do massage therapy. Yeah, it all makes sense. So focusing in on that, kind of emotional release type of energy and modalities, I feel like is a huge for you. So that's definitely coming in. All right. And that's what they have for you, Delcy. So many blessings to you. So grateful. And I'm about to head off here and I'm so sorry. So Daisy, good to see you. And June, I will be coming back on. I'm gonna go spend about an hour or so with my Praying Mantis members, and then I will come back and complete your guys's readings here. Let me just grab them real quick here so I don't lose them. Here they are. Okay, so there's Daisy's, and then June is in there. So thank you guys for your patience and coming back to those. And then for everyone else, I only got through a handful of free readings. Let me see, make sure. I don't think I have any other. Oh, let me grab Moonlight's free reading here because my YouTube channel members, I also come back on for those. Lots of cowboys in a small town. You're so funny. Whiskey Lullaby. So we'll come back to that one. Let me see if there was any others. I think that was it there. Yeah. So no, lucky I didn't get to any other free readings. The only free readings that I got to were for Sahina and Ateshi Sings. I only got to two free readings before I got more donations. So I will be back for Daisy and June's donations, and then for Moonlight for your free reading, being a YouTube channel member. And I am very tired today. I'm fighting something off. And so I need to balance and not come back on and finish out all the free readings, but I will be back tomorrow. So tomorrow I do come back in the afternoon because I only have one session and I will come back on. So please, and for all the free readings I didn't get to, please come back tomorrow. I'll be between 11 and 1 as long as you get your um, request out there. I will, if I don't complete it in the first 2 hours after I go spend time with my Praying Mantis members tomorrow, I will come back on after I eat in the afternoon and finish them all out. So deepest apologies. I wish I had all the energy and ability to complete all readings every single time, but I am like uh, ready to pass out right now. So I'm gonna rally for my Praying Mantis members, and then I'm gonna go pass out, and then I'll be back tomorrow though. So thank you guys for understanding, and I'm so grateful. And thank you, Daisy and June and Moonlight, for your patience in me coming back on after my Praying Mantis, and I'll finish those up for you guys. All right. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for all the love, all the support, all your thirst and searching after spirit. And remember that every second of every day of our lives that we are eternally and unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you soon.